Hi, my beautiful souls, welcome to the Midnight Stories channel, and we continue to play the Heaven's Secret Requiem. Heaven's Secret Requiem, Episode 2nd, Lie Not Tell the Truth. Can't help me up. My head was spinning, the high arcs of the church swayed before my eyes. What's the matter with you? Exhausted, I sat down on the bench and pressed my cold hand to my forehead. A tail silhouette appeared next to me, covering the tiny rays of light illuminating the floor in front of me. Did you remember something? The man leaned closer so that only I could hear him. Me, for instance. His gaze was piercing, intense. The white ends of his hair fell over his eyes, making the red in them even more obvious. What are you talking about? Khan didn't need my answer. My reaction was far more telling. He straightened up and picked up the transceiver from a nearby bench. I found them. Return to the estate. Our departure has been delayed. It's Dmitri. After the lightning struck, the storm raged twice as hard, and staying outside became utterly unbearable. Driven by freezing whirlwinds, the snow gathered under their clothes, and the icy cold sweeping through the bare trees knocked them off the path. Can immortals really see in such a blizzard? Anna and I were terminated by the raging whiteout. We struggled to move as our legs sank into the snow. I just wanted to howl and collapse to the ground. Wow, and she is actually in the skirt, okay. If that's the case, you could have saved everybody's time and found us right away. The woman tripped and fell, but Kine caught her. He sighed tiredly, but didn't make any rude or sarcastic remarks. Speak less. Talking will disrupt your breathing and make it harder to walk as a result. Leaning on his arm, Anna stood up and pushed the angel away, as if she didn't just need his help. I'm fine, I just stumbled. Don't take it personally, it would be difficult for any human to walk through a blizzard like this. A powerful gust struck me from behind, a little longer, and the chattering of my teeth would have been impossible to hide. How much longer? Kine shifted his gaze to me. It felt like I was trembling all over despite trying to control my body. The angel wrapped his jacket around me and tightly fastened two large zippers by the shoulder blades. We're about halfway. Is he going to be alright in light clothing like that? Kine spread his wings, and the white feathers blown by the cold wind created a supple melody. His enormous wingspan was impressive. It covered both Anna and me, protecting us from the raging winds. Kine took Anna and me by the arms and led us forward, keeping us from falling. Walking became much easier. His appearance remained unperturbed. Such an effort wasn't difficult for an angel. It seemed that, if necessary, he could have picked us up in his arm and calmly carried us all the way there without any effort. Perhaps that would have been easier for him. I accidentally touched his hand and was surprised to realize how warm it was. So the jacket was just for snow, for show. Immortals aren't really affected by the cold. As my mind wandered, I tried to keep moving forward without slowing down. But by the end, Anna and I were almost hanging on to the immortal's arms, allowing him to carry us through the snowy veil. Anna handed me a fragrant mug. Herbal tea, berry tea. Okay, herbal tea. Then she lifted the edge of the blanket and sat down next to me, wrapping herself up. The estate was bustling with activity. A huge stained glass window of the second floor trembled, its glass panels rattling. Last time I was here, I didn't get a proper look at the living room, but this time I noticed that the furniture inside was modern, while the walls were rather old. Perhaps somewhere below us, there were secret passages and spaces hidden between rooms, swept over by the blizzard. About 10 pairs of eyes kept casting appraising glances at me. Our departure was delayed, and the squad returned to the estate. Everyone slowly dispersed to their respective rooms for the night. Their gazes were dissatisfied and aggressive. I think you'll fit right in. I look up in a surprise. A faint smile crossed Anna's lips at the sight of him, just as aloof and gloomy as the others. My name is Greg, and you're Lane, right? He extended his hand to me. To return the gesture, I released the blanket that enveloped me like armor. The fabric fell away as soon as our hands touched. Greg lightly squeezed my fingers and smiled charmingly, revealing his fangs. A light sheared clung to powerful muscles, earned through hard physical labor. The man's gaze was determined, and he had dimples on his cheeks. I cast a sidelong glance at our hands, and he released me from his grip. The sudden attention brought on a slight feeling of awkwardness. He probably thinks I'm going to melt from that sweet smile of his. He's not that far off. Actually, I don't like Greg, but still, I don't want to. So let's just choose this. He has a casual and open demeanor that makes him quite likable. I'm sure he uses his charm a lot. You're blocking the fireplace. Oh, so you're warming up? How did you get this vibe? I silently watched their conversation. As soon as Greg and I broke eye contact, I lost his attention. We walked here from the monastery. The man's eyes widened as he leaned forward in amazement. His lips curved into a dumbfounded half-smile, as if he didn't fully believe Anna's words. Do you know where Dmitri is? I can't find him. I'll get you later. The general's heavy aura sent a chill down my spine. With his mere presence, he made my heart sink as if gravity had been multiplied several hundred times. Good thing I don't have to look him in the eye. Anna, stay with her. The rest of you are dismissed. Walking past us, Dmitri went to the entrance while part of the squad was tinkering with the generator. He's looking more stern than ever. You have a fun conversation ahead of you. Greg patted me on the shoulder as if to say, you brought this upon yourself, and then walked away to the others, humming a carefree melody. The front doors burst open, and the flames in the fireplace flickered treacherously. Two immortals stood at the entrance. Wow. The demon was attractive and had a refined physique. He entered the room as if the people in it did not exist. The angel, by contrast, gave us a very expressive look that sent a chill down my spine. There are more immortals here? Yes, that's Pelion and Ahea. They joined us relatively recently. Creatures from the heavens are beautiful. What fascinates me in particular is their powers. I heard all of them have different abilities. Some are very rare and occur only once every few hundred or thousands years. I wish I had those kinds of powers. Oh, that smile. Pillion located the general and hurried toward him. What's the situation? The cyclone turned out to be so massive that we couldn't find its end. Greg, what does that mean? At least another week in the city, most likely too. Even if the weather clears up quickly, the humans won't be able to live until the storm subsides in the region as well. Dmitri paid no mind to the condescending tone the immortals addressed him with. Ultimately, he was the one giving the orders. Why do they take orders from him? The man noticed my gaze and looked past the immortals straight at me. Oh no. What if we go around to the west? There are many spawn in the mountains. I see, so we'll have to stay here for a while. The general tossed the wire from the generator aside and closed his eyes tiredly. It must be though to have the entire squad relying on you. Anna took off her glasses and wiped the lenses with her sleeve. She was also following the conversation and was not happy with what she heard. So we're stuck here. Let's use this time to aid the mission. She gave me a scathing look. Scathing, yeah. What the hell did you show up at the rift only to sit around now sipping tea? Can't wait to get back to dealing with the hordes of infected, eh? Think of this city as a resort. Relax and have fun. Well, what do you know? A defender has appeared. That's enough. Oh, what? What's happened? Blushing either from anger or shame for letting her emotion get the better of her, the soldier stormed off into one of the rooms and loudly slammed the door behind her. I thought he slapped her. That's just Kira being Kira. It took at least half an hour until everyone dispersed to their respective rooms. Anna and I were left sitting alone by the fireplace. Dmitri quietly approached us. He stood next to her, his arms folded over his chest. Well then, I lifted my head but couldn't look him in the eyes. Lee hasn't made any attempts to act against us. Go easy on her. Yes, Dmitri, go easy. He just doesn't like us. Anna's okay. She moved to the far corner, leaving us alone. The general was silent, and the silence was more annoying than any shouting. Am I supposed to say something? What project did you work on at Siberia? Deciphering the Book of the Apocalypse. Your position? Cryptographer. Anna's words influenced Dmitri. He will not be too harsh toward you. Okay, bro. People much older and more experienced than you were unable to do without the years of work. Why you? Because I had already managed to translate something, even before I began working at the base. I gave Dmitri an almost hostile look. The book became very personal to me, but now it felt like they wanted to take it away. Alright, let's say that's true. Which word was translated first? Letters weren't the first thing to be deciphered. Okay, guys, wait a minute. I just want to check how to spell this. It was numbers. His gaze grew more intense. I had only now started to truly pique his interest. That information was classified and accessible only to those at the very top of Siberia. Which means I'm not lying. The man sighed, looking at the crackling fireplace. Kyne said that you weren't feeling well at the church. Did you remember something when you saw the book? The image that I had burned into my mind appeared before my eyes. I wanted to run my finger along every imperfection of those old, worn pages, tracing each one and delving into the past. I remember something. It was an ordinary night. I was up late working again, hunched toward the book of the entire day. General Lloyd said something sarcastic and went to his office, and I continued deciphering. No need to tell him anything else yet. You work with General Lloyd. My desk was right next to his office. The general wanted to control everything down to the smallest detail. So yes, I work with him. I see. You decided to tell the truth. It seems like you're starting to trust Dmitri. I'm not sure, but okay. Dmitri was silent for a moment and then looked at me again. I was assigned you a spot in the squad. You are part of this now, but that doesn't mean I believe you. I don't know whether you're hiding the whole truth or just part of it, but the sooner you tell me everything, the better. And that's never going to happen. Sound. The general stood up. He touched his chin thoughtfully. Now you are the only person on the planet who can get to the bottom of this. Perhaps your appearance at the rift is our chance for salvation. He thinks the book has something on the creatures. Salvation of the squad. Of humanity. Now this is very important. The general went to one of the rooms and nodded to Anna, who was sitting close by. Keep an eye on her, she's an invaluable asset. And a new member of the squad. The door slammed shut behind him. A cold draft swept over me, bringing me to my senses. We'll be sharing a room. Let's go find a suitable one. She wants to sleep with us, or what? Okay. So as well as I played in the Diamond Rouge, I suppose I already bought something. I think this one, or no. Okay, or this one. But if no, we will choose the cheapest. Yeah, look. Okay. Lady of the Estate. It's very comfortable. Anna flipped the key in her hands and unlocked the ornate door. Come in. Where did you get this key? I hid it so that no one would be able to take this room. It's the best in the estate. I think it used to belong to the owners. Oh wow. Greg appeared at the door of the next room. Leaning on the door frame, he smiled again. What's a surprise addition to the lineup? A dark Salhout loomed behind him. He was significantly shorter than Greg and probably couldn't see much with Greg's broad back blocking the view. What are you guys talking about? I'm Nick, by the way. There will be time for introductions later. Anna impatiently led me into the room, but a swarm of questions were buzzing insistently in my head, and I had no idea how to get the answers. Anna wasn't much more talkative than Dmitri. Greg continued looking at us, not intending to go back to his room. As if kindly giving me something to hold on to. Could I ask everything? Wait, I want to ask you something about the spawn. What kind of creatures are they? Monsters. They come from the rift. They appeared when you went on the ground. Yeah, go to bed, Nick. Greg covered the guy's face with his hand and pushed him back into the room. Their relationship was like that of brothers. It didn't look that like Nick was upset with his neighbor. Trust me, these creatures are bad, but people are the worst. Red Cove was peaceful compared to other places we visit. Anna shook her head wearily. What's going on the world? What's going on outside the city, in the rest of the world? Same as here, it's just quieter here, much quieter. This city, Red Cove, what about it? It seems like the squad wants to leave this place as quickly as possible. Stay here a little longer and you'll understand. Sometimes it gives me the creeps. You have a shift tomorrow, get out of here. I don't have any questions. I see, thanks. No problem. We need to learn to trust each other, right? The rings in his ears flashed before he disappeared back into the darkness of his room. The question, which sounded more like a threat, was left unanswered. Everyone has their own answer. Good luck. I followed Donna into the room. There was a ringing feeling of emptiness in my chest. This feeling had come over me before whenever I suddenly remembered my family, whom I had not seen for a long time. And then I would suddenly feel sick with myself. I went to the bed looking at the whiteness outside the window. Wait, you need to wash yourself first. You're going to wash us? Okay. There was a public city bus in Red Cove. It seemed that this place was popular even before the disasters. They pump water from a well and heat it in huge vats. For a small town with eternal winter, this is practically a holy place. This is unusual. First, take a shower and wash off all the dirt, and then you can warm up in the small pool. It's shallow. Locals use it to warm up. Having finished my shower quickly, I washed off the sods and rubbed myself in a towel. A pleasant warmth emanated from the pool. Spellbound, I came closer, unable to resist. Anna was already sitting by it, waiting for me with her feet in the water. We were not alone in the bathhouse. The two halves of the tiny pool were separated by an old, dilapidated screen. Behind it, feminine silhouettes were engaged in active conversation. I want to get on the water, but I'll pour some water on myself. Okay. Having scooped out some water, I washed my hands and neck. It's very warm. Yes, it's better not to submerge yourself completely right away, or you might pass out. The water beckoned me. Having warmed up enough, I prepared to go in. Take off your towel, you have to be naked to go in. This is the woman's half, so you don't have to worry. I hesitantly looked at the white fabric covering my body. In the meantime, I'll go get some clean clothes. When she disappeared, I hastily plunged into the water. Warmth washed over me from all around. The water was murkier than usual in the dim light. The old tiles, darkened by time, looked ominous. The cracks on it resembled a spider's web. Even here, after that incident, it was especially scary. I also feel uneasy sometimes, like there's someone watching me from the sidelines. It's just your imagination. He was a drunk. He probably froze over in some alley, and you're here coming up with God knows what. That's true, he always drank like crazy. Who? the gossips. Listening to some urban legends, Anna sat down in her original spot, dangling only her legs into the water. Are the spawn attacking locals? Not really, they usually don't come close to the city. Something scares them away. But that case was different. The missing person didn't leave the city and his body was never found. I swallowed involuntarily. Can we still hope that all of this is just a bad dream? We need to wash ourselves and turn in for the day. We'll have to get up early tomorrow. She turned her back to me and going waist deep into the water, threw her towel to the side. Don't look away. Did I choose the man? I'm not sure. Like, man love interests. I don't remember actually. Okay. So your squad is finding the spawn? Well, figuratively speaking, yes. You don't have a single scar on you. That's a good sign, right? I'm not in the squad as a soldier. My strengths lie elsewhere. She submerged herself in the water up to the base of her neck and turned to me. She could barely make out anything through her foggy glasses. As usual, contacts are much more convenient. Then take them off. Anna followed my advice. She carefully took her glasses off and gently placed them on the towel. Oh, beautiful. Leaning against the side of the pool, she spread her arms wide and tilted her head back, closing her eyes in relaxation. She looked so serene. This place seems like it's outside of time and space. Don't you get that feeling? Not really. I, for one, feel extremely calm. Peacefully swaying in the water. What winter? I think I'll get out of here and take a walk in the park, go to a cafe, lounge in front of the TV. You seem alright. Wow, she's so beautiful without glasses, but with glasses also amazing. It's just unusual. I even had myself a little for wanting you to turn out this way. It's so difficult to admit that you need others. We have a few girls in our squad. Kira, you've already seen her. She has red hair and is a little unhinged. I can talk to her normally. And Hea is a moron. Anna looked at the water and sank deeper into it, so that the dark surface now reached her lips. If you tell anyone about this conversation, I will kill you. I didn't have any girlfriends in my past life, only acquaintances. It's up to you to change that. I guess. Anna stood up, reaching for a towel. She forgot about her glasses and they fell into the water. Damn it! I got it. I plunged into the water and quickly found them before standing up. As I emerged, I accidentally bumped into Anna, who was leaning over the water. Oh God, my nose! She grabbed the bridge of her nose, her eyes squeezed shut in the pain. I didn't know you were there. Don't worry about it. It's not your fault. Everything fine. A small red stream flowed from her nose. Are you sure? She spoke through her nose, trying to manage her glasses with one hand. Yes, I'll go get dressed. You should come out soon too. The two of you have gotten significantly closer and the friendship is budding between you. She left and the pool became too quiet. Only then did I notice we had been the only ones have for a long time. The spot where a drop of Anna's blood fell turned pink. Perhaps she's right about this bathhouse. I didn't want to leave the warm water, but I had to. After drying myself with a clean but worn towel, I followed after Anna. She's not in the locker room. Strange. No idea. We can hear the conversation of Anna and Dmitry and the opportunity to influence on our relationship with Dmitry, but I don't want to actually. I don't want to, but okay. Go looking for Anna. I passed back and forth. There were no clean clothes anywhere, and I'd had to go out into the hall wrapped only in a towel. A fading lamp was flickering in the empty room. Perhaps it's the best just to wait for Anna. I will continue on. The anticipation was agonizing. As I cautiously approached the entrance, I overheard someone's conversation. The blizzard howled threateningly just beyond the front door. The cold ran down my ankles, reminding me of the situation I was in. My pulse quickened, and I could hear my heart pounding clearly. I shouldn't be here. Should I? Okay, I've dropped off the conversation. Apart from the scar, does she have any injuries? No, she's clean. Okay, I understand. What exactly do you suspect her of? I don't really know yet. The man coughed. Don't tell me you're sick. Nasty, get away from me. It will pass. It's because of the snowstorm. No, it's just that someone has very cold hands. It's me? I remember. No, I thought it was time to return. The towel had to be adjusted now and then. Leaning against the locker and trying not to move, I waited for Anna. She came in holding a small package in her hand. Here you go. I reached out. Okay. Oh, I like this, but also I like this. Oh no. But I love these colors, like brown and green is really amazing. Was she loves to wear the skirts? It was free, I'm not sure. Let's consider other options. Oh, get everything? Hold on, why? Okay, if I have this opportunity, why not? I suppose because I already bought everything, right? I want to make a makeup. After getting dressed, we gathered our things and went outside. The stars in the sky were so visible and bright that I didn't want to look away. At the estate, Anna took out a clay pot and a bottle of sunflower oil from somewhere. She poured it into a glass and inserted a piece of string inside like a wick. Having removed the lampshade from the useless lamp, Anna placed the pot in its place and put the candle at the bottom of it. What's that? Our heater. I climbed under the blanket and covered my hand, looking at the lamps dangling between us. The flames swayed peacefully from side to side. My eyelids felt heavy, and my mind was empty. I didn't even notice I had fallen asleep. It's very comfortable. Not dreams again, please. The place around me looked ominous. Is anyone there? Hello? A whisper crept through the dark corners of the church. I looked behind me. The empty, lifeless darkness of the church did not betray anyone's presence. "Kine, is that you?" The wood of one of the benches cracked, and the sounds died down. Everything quieted down. Always near. Please know this scream. It's terrible. Hey. Everything alright, you hear? Anna? I sat up, glancing around the room in shock. She was sitting on my bed, watching me worriedly. Behind her, the candle was still shaking. The clay pot heated up and now radiated warmth throughout the room. It was just a nightmare. About something from the past. I lowered my gaze and pulled my legs up, examining the folds of the blanket. I don't know. It was very weird. Maybe it was just stress. Anna looked at me with compassion and fear. What? Your scream was so bestial and wild. What does it take to make someone scream like that? Her reaction frightened me much more than the dream itself. It was deceptive and elusive, but Anna's eyes, frozen in silent horror, were alive and genuine. Okay, go back to sleep. She went back to her bed and turned away from me. I laid back on the pillow and closed my eyes, trying to fall asleep. Worried that I'd spend the rest of the night just fidgeting restlessly in bed. Turning into my back, I extended my hand to the ceiling, examining my fingers. There was no doubt about it. They were trembling, and an unpleasant lump was lodged in my throat. I feel scared, maybe even hysterical. If I feel it with my entire body. There's some echoes of emotions bursting and screaming inside me, but with my head, I feel nothing. I noticed a dark strap on my hand. There never used to be a scar there before. Apparently I got hurt at the rift. I turned onto my side and thoughtfully scratched the scar. Though unnoticed sleep still crept over me. My hand gradually slowed down until it stopped completely. A small dark droplet emerged from a minuscule scratch on the scar. Blood looks almost black in the moonlight. It is black, actually. I fell asleep again. Blaine, get up. Blinking with extreme difficulty, I peered into the darkness. My throat felt gritty as if it had been filled with sand. How long until dawn? About half an hour more. Leaves us plenty of time to get ready. I should get ready. I'll do. I don't like anything. It's like only ponytail looks good, but she should be blonde. It looks disgusting. I don't know. Okay. After getting dressed, I washed my face. Okay, finally. Look at her. I can't even see. Let's choose everything, and I will choose the second makeup because I love it too much. And choose, please. Another hairstyle. Let's go. The estate was empty. The entire squad had left long ago on their respective missions. Dmitri stood by the fireplace with his back turned to us. His arms were bent and his head was titled down. He seemed to be adjusting his watch strap. Greg and Nick are outside, shoveling snow. Take one of them with you. Don't talk about the book around the locals. And Lane, you must always be accompanied by someone from your squad. Is that clear? Yes, sir. He looked at me over his shoulder. The sleep did you good? Okay, I nodded, remembering the nightmare I had. We'll start deciphering right here in Red Cove. Khan will help you. And one more thing, don't linger outside the estate in the evenings. Is the city unsafe? The general looked at me intently. Yes. For the first time, I was able to get a good look at the country yard of the estate. It was majestic, royal, and pompous. I got the involuntary urge to lift my head to be able to see it in its entirety. Under the sunlight, the crisp snow sparkled all around us. Two seal hoats were clearing it at the gate, deftly wielding shovels. Another beautiful day in Red Cove. Oh my gosh, it looks so weird. I need one of you two to accompany us to the church. Dimitri's orders. Aren't you enough on your own? Anna tensed up and looked away. Nick, let's go. Did I say something wrong? What gave you that idea? She asked through clenched teeth. Wow, okay. I'll come along too. There is something I want to look at in the monastery. If the monks notice you, have they ever? I saw that Anna didn't want to agree with the guy, but there was no good reason to refuse. Okay, if everyone goes, everyone goes. What difference does it make? The town square was lively. People were trading without fear, talking to each other, and going about their business. From above, snow was falling in massive flakes. What did the general mean? Anna went ahead and walked along. Nick lagged behind a little, and Greg walked next to me, occasionally asking me questions. Aren't you cold? I got used to it back at the base. So you really work at Siberia? Okay. Yes, but they didn't share any of their work with me. Isn't that what you're interested in? Everyone knows that they work on a lot of classified projects, and you're saying you haven't heard of any of them. I wouldn't be surprised if these are all just embellished rumors. In my opinion, the base has always been quiet and boring. Greg was pleasantly surprised by your honesty. Anna stopped abruptly in front of us, and I almost bumped into her. A young man of the clothes blocked her path. Good day, decided to stay in the city. The novice addressed us in broken English, trying to ensure that everyone present understood him. We had to, there is a storm all around. So you still need books from the monastery archive? Anna did not answer immediately. Her eyes narrowed, and she tried to understand what the man was getting at. You didn't mind when we work with them on your territory. Has something changed? As long as you don't break the conditions, everything is fine. I was just clarifying. Have a nice day. The man was only a short distance from us when Anna turned around, trying to catch his silhouette with her gaze. Wait, yesterday we found a passage to the monastery from the other side. It looked abandoned. The novice looked at us in surprise. A passage? Abandoned? We don't have those. It was not far from the cemetery. Are you sure that was the monastery? Yesterday's snowstorm was so severe. It's easy to understand if you confused the terrain. There are no unused places in the monastery. Take care. Moving away from us, the man switched to his native language, muttering something under his breath, always sticking their noses where they don't belong. Anna and I exchanged glances. Back at the bathhouse, it was clear to me that she also understood the locals. He doesn't seem to be happy about the squad. The strange thing was that there was definitely a passage, but where it led remained a mystery. Having crossed the square, we got to the cemetery. We had to explore it thoroughly before we finally found the right slope. A high wall appeared in front of us, covered with a layer of snow and ice. It's definitely part of the monastery. The masonry is the same. Why do we need this passage anyway? We have a job to do even without it. Wait up. She went inside. I remembered the pile of snow that had sealed her inside. The image appeared before my eyes, but nothing stirred in me. Nothing happened this time, only the snow kept slowly falling. This place seems more harmless during the day. Strange, there are 2 passages inside and both are blocked, but yesterday I distinctly felt the wind blowing through. Will someone tell me what we are wasting our time on? While Anna and Greg explored the space inside, Nick and I stood off to the side, awaiting further instructions. It's strange that no one's mentioned this place, and the novice blatantly lied to us. Not everything happens for a reason. Maybe they just haven't used it for a long time. I should examine the surroundings. I looked around the slope indifferently. Barely noticeable footprints caught my eye. This place didn't seem abandoned. It looks like there are tracks there. The prints definitely belonged to a person, and going along the wall, they led to the opposite slope and then went up. Let's go. Greg went ahead of the others. It was hard to compete with his long legs. Nick tried to keep up with him, but he was shorter and could not catch up with him. Where did all my stamina go? The climb would have been easier for me before. Greg suddenly stopped and raised his finger to his lips. Everyone felt silent, ducking down. Raising his weapon, he took a step forward without taking his eyes off the forest ahead. I crouched next to him and took a closer look. Nick and I followed suit. Further up the slope, a decent ways from us, a huge white wolf was staring into the neck of a motional spawn. Oh my gosh, this is scary. Don't move, he noticed us. Battered and wounded, the beast stopped. Snow white fur clumped together in places with his own blood, trembled in the wind. The huge muscular body of the wolf heaved to the rhythm of his heavy breath. The battle was hard fought for him, but he had won and will survive. The beast wanted to try to live by tearing it out along with the flesh of the spawn. Having come to some decision, it dragged the carcass into the forest with one powerful pull, hiding between the trees. A black trail followed the spawn across the snow. How could the spawn get this close to the city? There are sound traps all over the area, and they were supposed to scare it away. The trap could have broken down. They tend to do that from time to time. That's nothing. What's worse is that the wolf got this close to the city. What's wrong with that? Wolves only hunt in a certain area around their lair. If they decided to move their hunting area, that means something scared them off, and we'd better find out what it was. If the wolves turn out to be stronger than the spawn, could nature itself manage to deal with this creature? Even if humans should disappear as a species. I'm on a duty today, so I'll check all the traps in this area. Take someone from the monastery with you, someone who knows the area well. After escorting me back to the church where Cain was supposed to meet me, the others went about their business, alarmed by the unexpected discovery by the forest. The angel wasn't here. I sat on a bench looking at the scattered manuals. During the day, everything looked different. The city maintained its mystery, though the light replaced the shadows and darkness that were so oppressive and frightening at night. The book isn't among these manuals. Surely Cain carries it with him. I heard a strange, unintelligible sound. Listening and I tried to pinpoint its source. Cain, is that you? I heard the sound again. This time it seemed to be coming from the entrance of the church. I didn't feel afraid, and taking that as a good sign, I went outside. Adjacent to the church was an abandoned part of the city cemetery. The graves here were completely unkept, and a few crosses even lay toppled on the ground. God. The sound repeated and I moved on. There was a strange sculpture standing among the tall gravestones. The master put a lot of effort into it. Even the fontaine in the square paled in comparison in terms of details. The sculpture shimmered blue, with transparent eyes hanging from it. There's something wrong about this. Oh wow, devil's whisper. I approached the sculpture and carefully touched it. There was some sort of pulse under the crust of ice. Something inside me responded to it. A nasty feeling overcame me and I pulled my hand back. Lane! I shuddered and turned around. Cain's approach was sudden but quiet. He looked irritated, but it was impossible to guess what he was thinking about. The angel stood between me and the sculpture. It would be a shame to lose you that quickly. He took hold of my hand and pulled me toward him, forcing me to stand closer. Stay behind me and don't run. The eyes on the sculpture began to crack and fall to the ground, piece by piece. The frozen body started trembling. Grab Cain's hand. The man looked at the fingers digging into his hand. This will be quick. I was horrified. The clearly dead man was moving as if he was alive. Oh no. The dead man, seemingly disorientated, stood still for a few seconds before rushing past Cain at me. Do you hear these babies crying? I think it's from the Saint for Shadows. The angel grabbed him by the neck and in the one motion slammed him into the ground until his bones cracked. Then he leaned closer, examining what had once been human. This is the man from the advertisement in the square. What is he? I came closer, examining the body. Blue from the cold, it was covered in black veins. Yeah, it's definitely from Saint for Shadows. Let's go, there is nothing to see here. He's dead and I'll deal with the body later. Cain moved a few books and sat down on a church bench. He glanced over at me. I was confused and he understood that. It wasn't infected. Infected with what? The man tiredly shrugged. Of all of humanity is wondering the same thing. What about the immortals? We're not omnipotent. Do people get infected from a bite? Nobody knows for sure. The infected are fairly uncommon, and they're difficult to study. Still in shock, I silently looked at Khan, thinking about how to phrase another question. Ask away. How long ago did they start? A couple of months after the rift appeared. What else is known about them? They're far faster and stronger than humans, but REQUiEM was lucky. Usually they can't get here, they freeze along the way. Why was that infected moaning strangely? I found him because of the strange sounds he was making. At the moment of infection, all the nerves on the face clenched. Each of the infected has their own facial expression. Monstrous, sad, or mournful. Okay. Will you start working right away? I will try. But first, I'll see what kind of books you brought here. Khan opened one of the manuals lying nearby and started reading. The light from the window pleasantly outlined his profile. The angel calmness transferred over to me. It seems that Khan can deal with the spawn by himself, and the infected are practically nothing but dust to him. I walked around the hall, looking at the scattered books. A few older ones caught my eye. Which one? Not History of REQUiEM or what? Oh yeah, it's this. The History of REQUiEM. The city was founded by a man of a wealthy merchant whose passion was sculpture. He gifted the main square of the city with a fountain of amazing beauty. The merchant's estate itself was built according to his plan, and its construction was strictly controlled by him. He found out something interesting. I spent the remaining time working on the book. Thinking about something unrelated, I silently stared at the opening book, yellowed with age. Kane seemed to notice this, but did not say anything. As darkness fell, he silently accompanied me back to the estate. The evening in REQUiEM gradually turned into night, and I fell asleep almost immediately, while I continued to torment myself. There's nothing left in this world that I loved, and I don't want to get used to this reality. Thoughts I wanted to escape from came over me. The room started suffocating me, and I got out of bed. You and Anna have a good relationship. Wow, she didn't lock the door. The fireplace was burning out in the living room. Taking a seat by the fire, I peered into the flames. The firewood crackled pleasantly. The arm of the chair was warm from the heat. I put my hands together, resting my chin on them, and I thought. I moved away from my family to work at the base. I desperately wanted to believe that everything could still go back to the way it was before. That some kind of prophecy or encrypted message could solve the issue of the cataclysms. But nothing will ever be the same again. It doesn't matter what the squad wants from me. They can think whatever they want, but I will only translate what I need from the book. Suddenly, I distinctly felt someone's gaze on me. At first, the light from the fire did not allow me to see the room clearly, but once my eye had adjusted, I noticed Mitri sitting relaxed in the distance. He was sitting in a chair and watching me with an impartial gaze. Okay, I should stay. I cast another searching glance into the darkness. Wow. Is this whiskey? Dmitri wore a light shirt and button at the collar. He probably can't sleep either. His face was relaxed, but his eyes were focused. His slightly hazy dark eyes watched me intently. He's probably the one who lit the fireplace. I'm surprised I didn't notice him right away. Dmitri suddenly spoke, breaking the silence. Were you the one screaming last night? I didn't expect him to strike up a conversation. It was just a nightmare. Without taking his eyes off me, he took a sip of his drink. Something more frightening than the reality we're in. Dmitri looked weary, as if there was a huge weight on his shoulders that only he could see and feel. I didn't let him take a deep breath, following him around and tormenting him. It seems the general had his own reasons for this lonely night by the fireplace with a decanter. After a little hesitation, I answered, I'm not sure anymore. Why aren't you sleeping then? I can't. There's too much going on in my head. Dmitri chuckled and looked at his glass. Dmitri is curious where this strange nightmare conversation will go. Wow. Something made me say something that I am able to regret. This won't stop the pain. The man was silent, then his eyes narrowed angrily. And what will? We looked at each other for a moment. I was the first to look away. The tips of the fire melted into the air. Lane, I'm a general, not some puppy. Don't play and don't play these games with me. But puppy sounds... yeah. If I have to, I will kill you with my own hands. Make no mistake, we aren't friends. I said nothing. There was no point in adopting his words. They were rude but sobering. Casting a sidelong glance at him, I said coldly, All right. My thoughts were contrary to what I was saying. I can't pretend. I can also wait. Okay. I got up to return to my room but suddenly stopped. What's the situation with the North Carolina coastline now? It went underwater. I see. I walked along the corridor to my room, my head hovered over the dark knob when I heard a loud creak behind me. Following the strip of moonlight that appeared nearby, I turned around. Greg was standing at the open entrance. Snow from the street was getting into the house, but he didn't care. Dmitri, who had seen this look countless times already, asked only one question. Who? Nick. He and the monk didn't return from their patrol. Bro... No. Okay guys, thank you for watching me and my videos, and I'm so sorry for my mistakes. Sometimes this Heaven Secret REQUiEM is very hard for me because some words I didn't even know. So yeah, anyway, my beautiful souls, I wish you good luck and good day. Bye bye and see you next time.